Hey everybody watching on the replay. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing great. I'm sorry if you can hear VeggieTales in the background. My kiddos are in the other room watching VeggieTales. So, how was everybody? Did everybody have a good weekend? I hope so. We had a good weekend, and it's one of those days that doesn't feel like Monday, but it is. So, hi everybody. Hi Tara baby. It's good to see you on here. Awesome. So, I said this Saturday. I'm gonna say it again. Thank you guys for sharing and for giving hearts and for thank you Tara. You're so pretty too. And just for supporting me right now. Hi Kristen. I just really appreciate it. I appreciate the close friends that are on here, even though you're not going through infertility. I appreciate just your support. This is like a scary thing for me to just step out in faith and do this, and so I appreciate your encouragement and everything. So, okay, so this is a tough one because let me just get my notes here. I've got my iPad. I want to put on like this happy face and be, you know, happy, and you don't ever want to like sit and watch someone cry for 10 minutes on Periscope, but and I'm not doing that today, but this is also, you know, a really sensitive topic. We're talking about loss today. If you're just joining with us, my name is Lauren Bourne. I scope encouragement every single day, just for people going through, hi Amy, going through infertility, miscarriage, and or just trying to conceive and wanting some support. And so I do that every day, and we're going through fertility A to Z. So L is for loss, and that's what we're on today, is loss. And so today we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you some tips just from my personal experience with loss. Tomorrow is M, and we're still going to talk about loss tomorrow. We're going to talk about miscarriage. I'm going to give some statistics and some facts and kind of explain some things. So this might be great for people who maybe haven't gone through it but just want to understand, because did you guys know that there are lots of different statistics, but about 30% of pregnancies end in miscarriage? That's 1 in 3. So it happens a lot more than I think people are talking about, and so we're going to talk about it. Tomorrow I'm going to share my story. I have had 3 miscarriages that I know of. You know, we did fertility treatments, so we were tested a lot earlier than most people, so we found out when we were pregnant really early, and so we know we have 3 babies in heaven. So tomorrow I'm going to share a little bit about just my experience with that. They were all 3 very different, and so that'll be tomorrow, but today is just tips to get through it. I want to share this. Oops, I'm getting a little battery signal here. I hope my oh, hi Blossom to be fit. So good to see you on here. I watched you today, and you're doing awesome on Periscope. I love watching you. So okay, so I want to read this first. Someone found me on Facebook and sent me this message yesterday, and it just goes along with what we're talking about today, so I'm going to read this. She said, I think it's amazing you're doing videos on infertility. We had a miscarriage in March, and it's amazing to me how many women came out after they found out I had one. It's crazy how many people stay quiet about it. So I just want to thank you for being the voice that says we aren't alone. You're not alone. So many people have miscarriages. It's just something that people don't talk about, and I'm still trying to wrap my mind around why that is. So here are my tips. I have 4 tips. Number 1, allow yourself to grieve. This does not necessarily mean be vocal. You don't have to tell everybody about your miscarriage. You don't have to tell anybody but your spouse, but allow yourself to grieve. I don't know why, but miscarriage is downplayed so much. For some reason, we feel like it's not okay to be upset about it. Upset is like an understatement, but I don't have notes on this. I'm trying to wrap my mind around the words to use, but it's okay. It's okay to grieve. You have to grieve. I shared this before, but I read a fact that they've done studies that show that dealing with miscarriage is comparable to dealing with the death of a grandparent. And I really believe that. Thank you so much. And so just allow yourself to grieve. Don't downplay it. And, you know, honestly, get help. Like, as you're grieving, if you need to seek some counseling, there is no reason to not get counseling if you feel like you need it. Just get it before things get so bad that you have to get it after the fact. You know what I mean? And then I wanted to share this. I don't know if y'all know this, but October, so next month, is National Infant and Pregnancy Loss Awareness Month. And so October 15th is that day. And so there's a lot of things. If you have gone through a miscarriage next month, just be aware. Just if you feel like you haven't quite grieved or gone through the process, maybe do a little digging. Figure out what you want to do. That might be, you know, just posting a quick post on Facebook to let people know what you've gone through. Or it might be just doing something special with your spouse to remember. You know, I did a walk a couple years ago with some friends, a walk to a We Remember You walk, and we wrote our baby's names on a little thing, and we walked, and it really helped. And so allow yourself to grieve. The second tip is communicate with your spouse. I actually sent my really close friend a text this morning and said, yeah, Nikki was there for that walk. That was a really tough walk. I'm actually going to talk about that a little bit tomorrow. It was good. It was just, for me personally, I'll share why it was tough for me. But I texted my friend this morning and said, what would you give as tips for someone who's going through a miscarriage? And she literally, I had 4, and I was just thinking maybe there'd be one more I could add. She literally had the same 4 I did. So I was like, yes, that's confirmation that I'm going the right direction. But my second one was communicate with your spouse, and she worded it differently. She said, let it bring you closer to your spouse, and I think she worded it better than I did. Miscarriage can really tear you apart. Hi, Katie. It can, if you let it, because it's a huge deal. Just like any other major life happening, it can really affect your marriage. So just allow it to bring you closer together. I think the biggest thing is let your spouse know what you need. Let your husband know. Yeah, oh, thanks, honey. He said, great for me to hear what you were feeling. That's what I was going to say next. So my husband told me a couple days ago that the biggest thing, or the best thing I said during the struggle was, I told him, what did I tell you, Billy? I told you you couldn't fix it or something like that. So basically I was just like, you can't, because men are fixers. They want to fix the problem, but you cannot fix a miscarriage. The baby's gone. The hope is gone for a little bit, or can be. Yeah, I was really sad. And so I told him, I'm really sad and you can't fix that. And that was hard. Probably, you said deeply. I said deeply sad. Yeah, I was really deeply sad. And I just wanted it to be okay that I was sad. See, I'm tearing up because I'm sad thinking about me being sad. That's really sad. So just tell your spouse what you need. Just tell them. And if you don't know what you need, then take a little time to think about what you need and then let them know. And so I want to tell you this. We did it right and we did it wrong. We had 3 miscarriages that we know of. And so we didn't communicate through one, and we did communicate through one, and the other one was really strange, so I'll tell you about that tomorrow. But it's so much better if you communicate. Okay, the third tip is receive support from friends and family. And the reason I say receive is because people can help you, but you don't receive it. As a man, you know what to do when your wife is sad. Yeah. Yeah. I think men know what to do. Like, they can help when we're sad. They can, they know better what to do when we're sad than other things. At least my husband does. He's really good at knowing what to do for me. So receive support from friends and family. And I say receive because you can be offered support but not receive it. That's also a big deal. I feel like people just do not receive help when they need it. So just work on that. Try to receive help whenever you need it. I've had to work on that personally, and I love when I offer support and my friends receive it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like they need me, they want me, I'm helping them, and it's just a good feeling. So your friends want to help you. Here are some examples when I went through my losses. I spent a ton of time at my friend's house. My friend is on here right now. You can say something if you want to, or I won't say your name if you don't want me to. But I had a miscarriage, then she had a miscarriage. Okay, there she is, Nikki. I had one, then she had one. Then I had one, then she had one. It was horrible. It was a horrible 3 to 4 months. We both had 2 miscarriages just right back in a row. And I spent a lot of time at her house because my husband was out of town for a portion of that time. And I didn't do anything. I just sat on her couch. Like, I wasn't helpful. I didn't bring dinner. Like, I just sat around. And we kind of took care of each other through that time, and that was awesome. If you have a friend that you can do that with, do that. I had another friend who offered to spend the night, and when my husband was out of town, that was like one of the sweetest things that anyone had offered. And then, a friend brought food. A friend kept my son one day while I had to go to the doctor. Those are all things you can do to support someone going through a miscarriage, and things you can receive or ask for. Say, I really need this. Can you do this for me? So that's number 3. And number 4 is don't lose hope in God or your promise. Don't do it. Don't lose hope. You may lose hope for a day or 2. You may just be like in a fog, but quickly get your hope back. Don't lose hope in God or your promise. God is good. God is faithful. And here's the one scripture I want to share today. Blessed is she who believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her. It's Luke 1:45, and I think that is like one of the best scriptures. It's just a really good one. Believe that he will fulfill his promise to you. May not be this month, may not be next month, but he will fulfill his promise to you. So I said tomorrow's M for miscarriage. I'm sharing my story, sharing some facts, things like that. And also find me on social media. If you are big into Pinterest, I'm on Pinterest. If you're on Instagram, I Am Fruitful is on Instagram. So the way you can find all of my social media stuff is to find me on Facebook. That'll be the easiest way, and they're all listed there. So you can click on those links. And also, before I get off here, please email me your questions. Q is going to be for questions, and it's on Saturday. And I have 2 questions. I need more questions. So email me at lauren@iamfruitful.org, and I will look at your questions and answer them, and we'll talk about it on Saturday. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope these tips encouraged you. If it was helpful for you or encouraging, please share on social media. And I will see you back here tomorrow when we continue to talk about